In Luke chapter 7, Luke 7:13, God's word says, Luke 7:13 to 15. And when the Lord saw her, Jesus saw her, he had compassion on her and said to her, weep not. And he came and touched the bier, and they that bore him stood still. And he said, young man, I say unto thee, arise. And he that was dead sat up and began to speak. He delivered him to his mother. The widow of Nain's only son had died. Not just died suddenly like that of Jairus. He had died. They were on the way to go bury him in the cemetery. They were in a procession to the funeral. He was in the coffin like Briar. They carried him in the coffin. And Christ came. That woman's hope had died. She was a widow. Her only son dead. She was going to bury her last hope in the grave when she met the life giver. She was going to bury her last hope in the grave. He died maybe a few days before then. They now packed him up for burial. On the way to go and bury her last hope, she met Jesus. And Jesus turned her lost hope back to fresh hope and joy and gladness. Every one of you here today, and those that hear my voice on the face of the earth, that thing that died in your life, that you gave up hope on, your hope is lost. You are not going to bury that thing in the grave. You are on your way to go and bury that thing in the grave. Whatever that thing may be, Jesus raises that thing back to life now. He raised that thing back to life now. Whatever you are on your way to go and bury that has already died and passed away, it's gone. It's gone. You don't think there can be resurrection. Jesus intercepts your procession now with a resurrection now. Therefore, let that thing be resurrected now. In the name of Jesus. Let that thing rise back to life now. In the name of Jesus. Tadele, unchanging Jesus. Say with me, unchanging Jesus. Unchanging Jesus. Don't forget, Jairus' daughter just died. Christ raised her back. Widow of Nain's son had died on the way to bury him. All hope gone. Christ raised him back to life. Now here comes the very most serious one. Luke chapter 11. Luke 11:43. And when he thus had spoken, Jesus, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes. His face was bound with a napkin. Jesus said to them, loose him, let him go. Lazarus was already dead, not just suddenly dead, not just going to be buried, already in the grave. His case already closed. His case already closed. Every hope was already long gone, already in the grave. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days in the grave. Yeah, here comes Jesus. Here comes Jesus. Here comes, oh, I feel the power. Here comes Jesus. Here comes Jesus. Here comes Jesus. Here comes Jesus. Whatever has died in your life, and you have already buried it, you have said, forget, it's all over. You have already buried that thing. You have buried that hope. You have buried that expectation. You felt where it's all over. Let's forget. You have already closed that chapter. Here comes Jesus. Here comes Jesus. Whatever in your life you have already buried, Jesus raise it back to life now and give you new hope now. I am talking to somebody right now. Vesalo said digaba godo lege dagunga. Kozabede. You have said there's no use anymore. It's all over. All over. Jesus raised that thing back to life now. This very moment, the unchanging Jesus raised that thing back to life now. In the name of Jesus of Nazareth. It could be your health. It could be your family. It could be your marriage. It could be a relationship. It could be with your children. Whatever. It could be on your job. Whatever had died and you have already buried them. You have given up all hopes on changing Jesus. Raise that thing back to life now. Someone shout, I receive. Shout, I receive. I receive. In the name of Jesus.